for Ask the Expert. First, it was the housing crisis, then student loans, and now many Americans are facing another monster debt, car loans.
Car buyers in debt to the tune of $1 trillion with a T dollars. Why is this happening? Joining us now, financial professional Mike Williams from wealthwisconsin.com. Tell us why it pays to do the math before you drive off the lot, signing your life away for
you. Got it. Well, Americans owe more today in auto loans than any other time. This is really unprecedented. Cars cost more and more people own cars. Banks are getting a little nervous. If you start seeing some delinquencies, it's not like the mortgage crisis in 2008, as you said, but it's just enough to turn their heads.
So what is the average price for a loan, the average time for an auto loan, and how are auto dealers and makers getting people to extend?
Yeah, 5 years was always the standard, 5 years. After the Great Recession, 2007, 8, and 9, they needed a way to entice people to get back into the auto business. So they extended it to 7 or even 8 years. People can get the same car, keep their price low with interest rates being so low.
Okay, so I had a car dealer sit me down once and pull back the curtain. He drew this kind of T on a piece of paper and started showing the way they work the numbers.
Okay.
I imagine the car companies, the dealers don't mind this because, yeah, they can get your payment lower, but they're going to make more money in the back end through the interest, which is one of those 4 squares on the piece of paper that they show you.
You got it. So what a consumer's typically doing is they're thinking, hey, I'm getting a bigger, better car, and my price I see monthly is still reduced. Over the long haul, you extend that 2 or 3 years on a typical car. Last year, a car cost about $33,500.
Okay.
You're looking at over $2,000 more in interest if you extend that 2 or 3 more years.
So what makes the most sense when it comes to getting the financing for your car?
We have a phrase in our office. Typically, a car just drives a little better when you're not dragging those payments behind it.
Okay.
But if you could stay below the 5-year window, a lot of things happen after 5 years. The depreciation really escalates. And if you're just looking to turn and burn that car, you're not going to get the value out of it. So beyond 5 years, I don't know if you're actually coming out ahead or not.
So how do we know how much car we can actually afford? How do we not get over our heads?
Yeah, it always comes down to budgeting. You know, we got a lot of tours. We actually have a tool at our website, wealthwisconsin.com, that accounts for how much can you afford. Your folks are welcome to go there. There's a lot of tools available.
All right, you had a graphic. I don't know if we kind of touched on any of the information from the graphic. If we can pull that up, just to kind of talk about how we look at a car. So the price of the car, $33,500, right?
Mm-hmm.
You put $5,000 down.
Yeah, look at that. So a 5-year note. If interest rate was about 4.5, you'd spend about $3,400 over the 5 years. Again, the consumers think they're getting a great deal, but interest accruing for 3 more years, you're spending an extra $2,000, if not more, just in interest alone.
So just add a little extra to the payment.
Add a little extra. There's a good way around it.
Thanks so much for coming in. Got a question for any of our experts? Send an email, asktheexpert@tmj4.com. Leave a voicemail at that number right there.